Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I thought that we'd get our playmat back since we didn't have it in the last video, and we'd go ahead and do a tier 1 speed duels deck profile. Now, granted, I don't have all of the cards to make this deck possible. I only have one or so copies of the cards that I need, but we're just gonna act like I have all of the cards I need. So, without further ado, if you like the deck profiles that you've been seeing on the channel lately, go and hit that subscribe button. If you like this deck profile, go and hit that like button, and give me any comments on any tips and tricks that you think I should include and make some edits to these deck profiles. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So, the skill that we're going to be running is Tribal Synergy. Now, for those of you that might be Duel Links players, this skill does not exist in Duel Links. This is a Speed Duels exclusive skill for My Valentine. And the skill acts as basically a pot of greed and a jar of greed. And you can do both, not just one. So like the skill reads, if you have an Amazoness monster and a Harpie monster in your hand, you can reveal them both and draw a card. Already that's a free +1. If you control an Amazoness and a Harpie monster, you can draw 2 cards. Free +2. It's insane. You can basically get to any of the pieces you need of this deck without even needing any draw power, which is insane. So we're going to be running Tribal Synergy, but let's go and get right into the main deck. So, the bread and butter of the deck, Amazoness Swordswoman. She's fantastic, and I can't say anything bad about her. Any damage that you would take from a battle with her gets dealt to your opponent instead. She has 1500 attack, so a lot of things can beat over her. So they're gonna take some damage no matter what. So we're gonna run 3 of those. We're gonna run 2 Amazoness Sage for a little bit of back row removal. If she can successfully get attacks off, she can pop some back row. And it doesn't matter whether or not the spell or trap is face up or face down. She can just go ahead and pop it. So we're going to run 2 Sage. As for our Harpies, we're going to run 3 Harpie Lady 1. This is the one that increases the attack of all your wind monsters by 300. There isn't any synergy with the Amazonesses with this except for the skill Tribal Synergy. But she's the biggest one of the 3. You could sub this out for any one of the other Harpies. Harpie Lady 2, Harpie Lady 3. I like Harpie Lady 1 just because she has a little bit more attack points. But you could go with 2 or 3 to negate flip effects if they attack into them, or I think the other ones, if there's a card destroyed by this, if a monster destroys this card, like it can't attack for the next 2 turns or something like that. So you can sub those out. I prefer Harpie Lady 1. We're going to run 1 copy of Birdface to search out for those Harpies. If it's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can add a Harpie Lady from the deck to your hand. The fact that you can add it to your hand is really helpful, not the fact that it just special summons to the field or whatever. Like if you have an Amazoness card in the hand and you need that Harpie to get that +1 draw, you can do that. So I run 1 copy of Birdface. As for our spells, the broken card of the deck, Amazoness Heirloom. Well, there's actually a few broken cards, but Amazoness Heirloom. Once per turn, Amazoness can't be destroyed by battle. That's really hard to get over, especially with Amazoness Swordswoman if you equip it to her. So, she can't be destroyed by battle once per turn. And if she attacks into a monster, that monster is destroyed. That's just not fair at all. And it's not targeting. So, you could attack into a Blue Eyes with a Lord of D on the field and still destroy the Blue Eyes. So, personally, I feel like this deck just wrecks Blue Eyes. I've gotten wrecked by it many times. We're going to run 2 Amazoness Village. We're not going to run 3, because if you do happen to draw more than 1 copy, it's definitely a brick. But you do want that extra copy just in case they Tornado Wall it, or if they Amazoness Sage it. You want to make sure you have that extra copy. So we are going to run 2, but more than that, you will brick with it. Like, if you happen to draw all 3, which is highly unlikely, but if you draw all 3, you're gonna die. You're gonna lose. So, 2 Amazonas Village. As for our types of disruption, and I guess as far as you can get with disruption in this game right now, we're going to run 2 Kunai with Chain. We haven't been running Kunai a lot in our other deck profiles, but it gives us a little bit more beef to our attack. I guess one of your ideal targets with it would be a Harpie Lady, getting it up to around 2100, just equipping it with 1 Kunai. Which for a lot of things, a lot of decks, is hard to get over. Plus, you can change a monster from attack to defense position, which I think is pretty helpful. So we're going to run 2 Kunai with Chain. As for the typical lineup, we're going to run 3 Windstorm of Etaqua. This is fantastic. I mean, this is a control deck after all. Let's say you change a really big monster into defense position, you can still just attack into a defense position monster while it's equipped with Amazonas Heirloom and destroy that monster. So, regardless of if it's an attack or defense position. So we're going to run 3 Windstorm of Etaqua. And I only have 1, but you will run 3 of these. 3 Michizure. So, if for some reason, they're able to beat over the Amazonas Swordswoman, or any Amazonas in general, equipped with an heirloom, they're still going to lose a monster if you have Michizure in effect. When a monster is sent from the field to the graveyard, even during the damage step, you can target 1 monster in the field and destroy it. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. Because they're going to have to put so much resources into getting over top of the Amazonas monsters that are equipped with Heirloom that you're going to have a really hard time dealing with losing another body. So that's just my tips with this. Again, I think I have like an 85-90% win percentage on Dueling Book with this deck. I absolutely love it. If for whatever reason you happen to have a few more Sphere Karibos, you could sub out Windstorm or Kunai with Sphere Karibo, but honestly, in my opinion, I feel like Windstorm and Kunai are actually better than Sphere Karibo in this case. So I would not actually put Sphere Karibo in this deck, but also watch out, Sphere Karibo just went down in price. It's around $17-18 right now, so the price is going down if you want to pick up your copies. So, but that's everything for this deck profile. As always, give me your tips and suggestions on things that you would edit with this deck to make it a little bit better. If you have any other ideas, or if you have any suggestions for deck profiles in the future, just let me know. But yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Thank you all for watching, and love you all for the support.